What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM, guys. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm your host, Michael Abernathy, and welcome back to the show, Predicated Journey of Life and Business. Guys, today, I want to talk about focus, all right? I want to talk about focus, and I want to talk about how you can actually focus better as a person. Here's one of the tips, all right? It's to increase your time horizon. And what do I mean by your time horizon? Your time horizon is how big of a scale you look at this big adventure called life. Do you look at it as a daily thing, or do you look at it in years? And if you are constantly plagued with short-term thinking, reactional decision, you are not looking at life over the course of years. You're only looking at life in the course of hours, maybe minutes. And you're not even, I would say, looking at life in scope of a daily time frame. And you need to start increasing your time frame, how you are actually going to manage life. And here's one of the ways you do it. You begin writing out your goals and putting time frames in there. And by the way, the real definition of a goal is it has a finish line drafted out and defined, and it also has a timeline in which you should complete it and can measure against. If you don't have timelines attached to your goals, you don't have real goals. And oftentimes the reason why we don't have timelines attached to our goals is because we don't want to see when we fail. We're avoiding failure, because when you attach a time frame to it, now you have the opportunity to fail versus, oh yeah, it's just a goal, and whenever it happens is whenever it happens, and there's never failure. So all of that being said, because I digress, increasing your time horizon comes from really setting goals. Looking at an entire year. What am I going to do this year? First quarter, right? Second, third, fourth. What am I going to do every 6 months, half a year from now? What will the end of the year look like, right? What does 5 years look like? What does 10 years look like? And you begin actually visualizing these things. That will help you increase your time horizon. And if your time horizon increases and you have goals laid out and you have things that you're going to accomplish and attack, then you also become more focused. And here's why. Because I now see that in order to do what I need to do, all this stuff has to happen on the daily basis. And then it helps eliminate the short-term thinking, because now you've drafted out your plan in a long-term manner. Oftentimes we do short-term reactionary thinking simply because we don't have a plan. It's oftentimes emotional based, yes, but other times it comes from lack of clarity about where we're really going in the long term. And I am naturally much better in the long term. I'm naturally much better at the big picture and at scale. Andrew is naturally much better at the small term and the technical and things like that. We make a great team because of this. And so Andrew has helped me travel to the small side, and I've helped him travel to the big side. And I've watched as Andrew has come closer, a lot of reactionary thinking has been removed from his life just simply because his time horizon has increased for a lot of things. And it's like, oh, that's really cool. And so the short-term thinking in my life actually has stopped from the same thing. Oh, it's just reactionary because I don't have clarity on the long term. I haven't mapped these things out in my life. It's been the same for me as it's been for him. And so his journey has helped me and see my journey and who I am too, which is interesting. And that's really how life works. And if you're not very good at listening, I would encourage you to become good at listening, because that is one of the reasons why, listening and observing. But going back to the whole focus, when you stop and you actually begin drafting out the plan and the goals, it helps you focus. Everybody wants a reason and a purpose for why they're doing. Everybody, right? If you go to any college student, go to any student in any class, anywhere, right? In any college, in any educational system, at least in the US, you ask them if they feel like school is pointless. They'll most likely say yes. And the reason why is because they don't understand why. A common phrase I heard in school all the time was, why are we learning this? And I thought that all the time too. Why are we learning this? Why? When I got my first job out of school, it was like, man, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Wow, this seems pointless. And especially if processes or things were frustrating, man, not having a why or purpose behind doing that type of work made it even more miserable. And so if you're building something and you don't want it to be miserable to work in, give purpose and meaning behind work. And I talked earlier in a previous episode about real meaningful work. It's your job as a leader to facilitate that and create that for people. But this is also how you focus better and how you remove more short-term thinking, is you broaden your time horizon, map out your year, map out 2 years, map out 5 years, map out 10 years, and put goals and visualizations of what life will look like in 10 years when you get there. Well, anyways, guys, I'm out of time, so I'll catch you later. Peace.